Hi, I often get to the finish of a painting and wish I had made a change, either added a figure here or maybe a compositional adjustment some way. And I'm hesitant to do it because the painting is completely finished or almost finished, and I don't want to run it. As watercolorists, we know that the difficulty it is in just adding something at the end of a painting, especially when you have an allowed space for it. So this is what I do. I'll show you some things that I do when I try to make a change without ruining the painting, and just to see if it's going to work or not. So this is what I did with this painting back here. Okay, so I finished this painting. It actually ended right here. I had this extra paper down here that I had taped off, but I wasn't going to use it. I was just going to leave it like this. But when I finished it, I felt like it needed some more weight down here at the bottom, that she needed to have something underneath her. So rather than trying different compositions out on my watercolor paper and possibly ruining it, what I did was I taped another piece of paper up here over this lower part, and I taped off the painting with this wide masking tape up here, just a few inches, just so that when I painted this down here, I didn't splatter or mess anything up there. So once I did that, and I worked out my composition, worked out my color, and here is actually what the piece of paper looked like. So I had that stuck up there, painted, taped on here. I could get back, I could look at it, and I decided I liked that. And so then I just took it off, removed my tape, and then I went ahead and painted it just like that down below, and now I'm happy with this painting. Now this is just a compositional change. Sometimes I wish I had put a figure in. Now this one has plenty of figures, but often I'll have a scene and I wish I had just put maybe one focal figure up front, or maybe something in the back. And what I do to figure this out, maybe I don't even know where I want it. Maybe I don't know how large I want that. So what I'll do is I'll pull one of these out. I have, these are like little paper dolls actually. I have like 3 sizes of each figure that I've drawn and cut out so that I could try various locations in a painting to see and actually what height they should be, because maybe like this is rather large. I actually need one as tall as she is over here. And then once I'm happy with it, then I can draw that figure in and paint it that way. Now, like I said, I have multiples of these. I have several people in umbrellas. I've got a guy with a backpack. So I keep these on hand for any painting that I'm working on, just to see the size of a figure and how it would look in a painting. Now once I do that, and I've decided this is the size, this is where I want it, if that figure is going to be dark or darker than the background, then you're fine. You just paint it, and it'll look great. But say you want a lighter figure over something that's darker, then what you'll need to do, if this is the size you want, and you've already drawn it on here, or you could trace this on here if you wanted to, but if you could just draw it on there at the size that you want, then I would take my very thin masking tape, cover that figure, cut that figure out with a knife, a very thin blade knife, use my Mr. Clean Magic Eraser, moisten it with water, and lift that color out, and then let that completely dry, and then I would paint that figure on there. So that's how I get around adding things after a painting is near completion, and without actually running the painting, and I can see what it's going to look like ahead of time, or get an idea of how it will fit into the painting. Hope that's a good tip for you, and I will see you next month.